Hey everyone, the Walking Virus here! As games have progressed over the years, so has their ability to get us more invested in the stories they want to deliver. And with the extra level of immersion that games provide, it can make the key moments in those stories that much more impactful. Particularly the ones that make us cry our eyes out. So prepare to wipe the tears from your eyes, because today we're talking about the 5 saddest moments in gaming. Number 5. Sif Remembers, Dark Souls. While the entirety of Dark Souls is bleak from the beginning, the developers decided they needed to make it even more heartbreaking with a small moment added in the DLC. While going through the past in the DLC, there's a hidden area where the player rescues the young wolf pup Sif. But From Software doesn't just do tiny Easter eggs for nothing. If players proceed back to the present and continue the story, they will eventually run into Sif again, only this time as an enemy. But as Sif prepares to eat the player, it recognizes their scent, and the sadness that ensues got plenty of gamers' eyes watering as they had to fight their old friend to the death. Number 4. Finding Maria, Gears of War 2. One wouldn't think you would find a terribly emotional moment in a game that's main draw is chainsawing monsters in half while a fountain of blood spews out of them, but it happened. For the better part of the game, Dom asks just about every person he runs into if they've seen his wife Maria as she went into hiding after Emergence Day, eventually finding a tip that she had been taken prisoner by the Locust. After fighting through the prison and finding his wife's capture pod, they finally managed to get it open, finding his wife as a broken husk of a person and having to end her suffering. The moment takes its toll on Dom just as it took its tolls on the player. Number 3. Lee and Clem's Goodbye, The Walking Dead Season 1. The Walking Dead was a spectacular example of how a game can deliver a narrative in new and interesting ways, and also how depressing a conclusion can be. After spending the entire game teaching Clem how to survive in the zombie-infested world, Lee became willing to go to any lengths to help her, and he does after Clem gets kidnapped. After wading through hordes of zombies and getting Clem to relative safety, Lee collapses from loss of blood and has to tell Clem that he is turning, and that he wants her to make sure he can't hurt her, causing Clem to make the horrible choice of shooting the person who has looked after her since things went bad, or tying him up and leaving him to his fate. One thing's certain though, Clem wasn't the only one crying during this moment. Number 2. Agro's Sacrifice, Shadow of the Colossus. Wander's quest is already a sad, lonely affair, traveling the vast countryside slaying the giant beings known as the Colossi, all by his lonesome, save for his faithful horse Agro. As players explore and continue through the game, Agro is always nearby, waiting to help in any way it can, and this becomes more apparent towards the end of the game. Upon approaching the realm of the last Colossus, the ground begins to fall from beneath the players. Agro knows that they both are going to fall and decides to save its master before falling into the river far below, leaving both Wander and the player crying out in sadness at the loss of their companion. Number 1. Aerith Made Us Cry, Final Fantasy VII. Final Fantasy VII was a groundbreaking experience for its time with its massive 3D open world and its grand story of adventure and resistance, and also with its absolutely unexpected heartbreaking moment. The relationship between Cloud and Aerith gets a lot of the limelight during the first act of Final Fantasy VII, building the relationship slowly over time. As players progress into the Forgotten Capital, everything seems to be going fine, until Sephiroth dive bombs Aerith and stabs her right in the back, leaving Cloud and the player in complete shock and making more than its fair share of gamers cry their eyes out. But what do you all think? Do you think that there was a more depressing moment that should have made the list? Let us know down in the comments below, and if you like this video and want more awesome delivered to your desktop, let those like and subscribe buttons feel the love, and until next time, keep gaming.